Henry Goddard of Kallikak family fame conducted IQ tests on immigrants at Ellis Island in 1913 and found as many as 80% of potential new Americans to be certifiably feeble-minded. The IQ tests he carried out during World War I for the U.S. Army reached a similar conclusion. 45% of foreign-born draftees had a mental age of less than 8. Only 21% of native-born draftees fell into this category. That the tests were biased, they were, after all, carried out in English, was not taken to be relevant. Racists had the ammunition they required, and eugenics would be pressed into the service of the cause. Although the term white supremacist had yet to be coined, America had plenty of them early in the 20th century. White Anglo-Saxon Protestants, Theodore Roosevelt prominent among them, were concerned that immigration was corrupting the WASP paradise that America, in their view, was supposed to be. In 1916, Madison Grant, a wealthy New Yorker and friend of both Davenport and Roosevelt, published The Passing of the Great Race, in which he argued that the Nordic peoples are superior to all others, including other Europeans. To preserve the United States' fine Nordic genetic heritage, Grant campaigned for immigration restrictions on all non-Nordics. He championed racist eugenic policies, too. Under existing conditions, the most practical and hopeful method of race improvement is through the elimination of the least desirable elements in the nation, by depriving them of the power to contribute to future generations. It is well known to stock breeders that the color of a herd of cattle can be modified by continuous destruction of worthless shades, and of course this is true of other characters. Black sheep, for instance, have been practically obliterated by cutting out, generation after generation, all animals that show this color phase. Despite appearances, Grant's book was hardly a minor publication by a marginalized crackpot. It was an influential bestseller. Later translated into German, it appealed, not surprisingly, to the Nazis. Grant gleefully recalled having received a personal letter from Hitler, who wrote to say that the book was his Bible. Although not as prominent as Grant, arguably the most influential of the era's exponents of scientific racism, was Davenport's right-hand man, Harry Laughlin.
This book is continued on Disc 2.